In this video, we will learn how to solve linear equations with the variable in both expressions. The directions here are to solve, and whenever we solve, it means to find the solution set to an equation. We should use the steps in solving a linear equation. Step 1 is to simplify both expressions. Here, if you look at both expressions, if you were to go through the steps in the order of operations, you would find that there is nothing that we can do in both expressions to simplify. So step 1 would be finished. Step 2 is to get your variable to one expression. Here, we notice that we have our variable, r, in the left-hand expression and in the right-hand expression. So now we have something to do for step 2. The way that you move the variable to only one expression is by adding the opposite of the term with the variable from one of the expressions. We could select to either add the opposite of this term from the left-hand expression to both expressions, or we could add the opposite of the 5r term from the right-hand expression to both expressions. It really doesn't matter, mathematically speaking, which one that you pick. However, you will work with numbers that are positive if you select the term with the smaller coefficient. So since 3, the coefficient of the r in the left-hand expression, is less than 5, the coefficient of the r in the right-hand expression, it will work out so that we have fewer negative signs to work with if we add the opposite of 3r to both expressions. So in summary, to get your variable to one expression, you select one of the terms with your variable in it and add the opposite. Here, we're going to select 3r, and we're going to add the opposite of 3r to both expressions. In the left-hand expression, 3r plus negative 3r is 0. All that we have left in the left-hand expression is 9. This is how step 2 is accomplished. When you add the opposite of one of the terms with your variable, the term with the variable ends up going to 0. It becomes eliminated. So now we can move on to the right-hand expression, and 5r plus negative 3r is 2r, and we still have a plus 5. So now we notice that our variable is in just one expression. Then we move on to step 3, which is to get your variable alone. The first thing we have to do by doing that is to move all terms without your variable to the other expression by adding the opposite. Taking a look at the expression with our variable, the term 5 does not have our variable in it, so we must move it to the other expression by adding the opposite. 9 plus negative 5 is 4, and in the right-hand expression we'll be left with just 2r. Then all we have to do is multiply both expressions by the reciprocal of the coefficient. The coefficient here is 2, so we multiply by the reciprocal of 2, which is 1/2 in both expressions. Here, 2 goes into itself once and into itself once, and we can cancel here because these are all factors. These are all things being multiplied. In the right-hand expression, we will have just r. In the left-hand expression, after we write everything as a fraction by putting it over 1, we'll notice that we can cancel. 2 goes into itself once, and into 4 twice. And we can cancel here because these are factors. Now we multiply across. 1 times 2 is 2, and the denominator is going to be 1 times 1, which is 1. So we found our solution set. R equals the set consisting of 2. And just like any time after you've solved a linear equation, or any equation, you can check your solution by plugging it back into the original equation, which I invite you to do at this time.